All right, what's going on, Naj? How you doing? Thanks for letting me know. Yes, a lot of changes on YouTube, and I seem to be off the radar. So let's see. I am doing well. Life is happening. Life is happening a lot. Wait, you're in here. You're in here, but it's not showing. That's weird. Hmm. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I guess I gotta wait some more. See who else pops in. That's so weird. Okay, yeah, it just popped up. It was saying zero. I'm like, well, how are you talking to me? And it's zero people in here. So who knows these days with YouTube? Yeah, I'm just trying to, possibly get back in the groove of being public. Uh, it's like all of these different rules now. Like you gotta like tell them if your video is for children and just all types of stuff that I don't remember having to deal with. So I'm like, okay, well, it's their platform. So if there's any, stop it. Who is HG Tutor? There's no way. Who is HG Tutor? That's not the real. You can't be the real HG Tutor. You're not on here. Who are you? Who are you? Prove that you're the HG Tutor that I interviewed. Prove it right now. That is so funny to just see that name popped up. Oh, okay. Okay. That's funny. You made a whole account with with HG Tutors. Clever. That's clever. So, Mr. HG Tutor, um, what's your whole take on on that guy? What do you think about him? Are you a narcissist? Are you? Hey, no offense. I might have just offended you with that. Are you a narcissist? Do you feel like HG Tutor is like a reflection of you? I like to know. Because these days, everybody's a narcissist. It seems like that word is being thrown around so much. So talk to me, Mr. HG Tutor, since you've popped in. And what is your petition about? What petition would you like me to sign? I'm open to hear. And I hope you don't run away because I'm trying to get the scoop. I'm not sure. You're not sure if you're a narcissist or what? It's about narcissistic abuse. So, okay, so you have a. Hey, Aubrey. Okay, so HG Tutor, you have your chat. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna assume that the interview was helpful. I've gotten a lot of subscribers off that interview, and unfortunately, I'm not a narcissist channel, and I think a lot of people were expecting that from me, but that was just a moment in time. So, for all of you that think that I'm a narcissist channel, I'm sorry, I'm not. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, so your channel is about narcissistic abuse? And anyone else who's let's see. What happened? How did I Man, that's a good question. What did I how did that happen? How did I get to him? Um I, dang. I have a bad memory sometimes. You said I asked too many questions. I do. You're right. That's the truth. I ask a lot of questions because I want to know. I want the scoop. Um, yeah. I don't know if I came across his channel, and I was intrigued by his voice. Like I thought it felt like, is this man real? Because his voice is so distinct and it sounds like a voice that belongs in some type of scary movie or something. And just to listen, I was just pulled in because I was just shocked that this man was like giving all of the details about being a narcissist, and he didn't care. Like, he was just straightforward. And I don't know, it's just something about that type of honesty that pulls me in. And oh, okay, I remember. So it was another guy who interviewed him. And I'm like, oh, so this guy is offering interviews. I'm like, well, let me see if he'll do an interview for me. And I reached out, and he responded like days later. I thought that, he was someone that gets like thousands of emails and it will probably take a while for him to get to me, but he responded within a week, and he was open to doing it. So I prepared for a month for him. Like, I made sure that I did my research, and I got questions together. I took a whole month to get ready for him because I knew I wanted to go deep with him. So yeah, that's what happened. So yep. Let's see who else. Aubrey, yes, yes. I hands down that I think it was 3 hours. It was a 3 hour conversation. That 3 hours with HG Tutor was that was something I'll never forget, because his honesty, even with me knowing what type of creature he is, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was like, this man is giving me everything that I want to know. And it was a lot of the feedback that I got from that was like, people thought that I was nuts for even wanting to interview him. But for me, it's just like, well, why not? I mean, if you have a full blown narcissist sociopath that is telling his truth, it must be able to help somebody in the world. So I just figured, hey, maybe my platform can do just that, and it worked out. It worked out way more than what I expected. So yeah, I can see how it, for those who have been through narcissistic abuse, it it's triggering. But for me, I don't know. Like, maybe I just have tougher skin for that. I don't know. But I honesty, straightforwardness, I prefer that over anything. I don't care how heavy of a hit it is. I get something from that. So, oh, thank you, Mr. HG Tutor. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Aubrey says it's the journey of self, and we have so many. Oh man, yeah, so many levels. I literally was just recording a video talking about that. using that particular phrase, the many levels to growing and expanding your consciousness and all of that is when you first come into something, there's that initial like explosion of wow, this is brand new. I'm in it, I'm intrigued, and you may get it, you may resonate with it initially, but allow that time to go by. Allow a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and the you'll just see the levels go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you realize that even though you may have recognized something in the very beginning, the level of recognition of it 10 years later, it's it's something different. It's something way different. So that's pretty much what I've been experiencing overall with everything in life. So it is surprising how open they are at times. Uh, the narcissist, is that what you mean? Where is that folder at? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting how I was saying earlier, like how you just see the word narcissist everywhere, and even though it's been around, for my reality, it seems like um once I started doing my research about narcissism and then did the interview with HG Tutor, after that, it just seemed like it was everywhere. Like how when you get a car and then like once you get that car, you see your car everywhere. It seems like everyone's driving that car. Like that's what it felt like for me. Because I mean, you see celebrities talking about, you just see the word everywhere. And it's it's become so saturated. I feel like it makes it difficult to really identify a narcissist, or or tell the difference between like a full-blown narcissist, someone with narcissistic traits, especially when you realize that we all on some level have pieces of narcissism. Some are just more extreme than others, and even on the codependency part of the scale, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. But okay, so HG Tutor. I'm sorry. This is so funny. So what has been your experience, if you don't mind sharing, what has been your experience with narcissism or narcissistic abuse? Like, where do you feel that you are at on the scale? And since you are using the name HG Tutor, do you subscribe to the way that he has broken down the different versions of empaths and narcissists and all of that? Because honestly, at this moment, I don't really remember. Like, I remember like supernovas, and I remember um I don't remember much right now. So you might have to refresh my memory. But in all on Aubrey says, in all honesty, all of in wait a minute, don't go away. In all honesty, all of us, I'm assuming that's what you're saying. All of us have narcissistic traits, yet some are more prevalent than others. It's about balance, and everyone's balance is different. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Aubrey. I got you. You wish your caps lock wasn't broken. It's okay. I don't feel like you're screaming at me. It's fine. And whoever else is in here, I know it's not many people. Feel free to drop a line. I'm trying to get back on the radar because I've been gone for a long time. So feel free to get in on this conversation or start a new one. I don't care. Yeah, I've been gone since oh, hold on. I've been narcissistically abused all of my life. That's it. Okay. Um yeah. Uh I for me I won't say mm, oh, what am I trying to say? I can feel what I'm trying to say. I just don't have the words. Um because that line could mean so much. Like there, I know to say that I know there's a lot packed into that, and only you have those experiences, which I know you can't like share over typing on here. But um, I can say in relation to that, I have experienced many types of narcissists, like people who are on those higher levels of narcissism throughout my life. Just not, it hasn't been like consistent to where it's like I'm going through years and years of that type of abuse. And I don't feel comfortable saying that because I think I've gotten to a place of just understanding that certain aspects of myself attract that type of energy. But what I've noticed is that I think just because of my overall personality, those situations don't last long to where I'm dealing with a narcissist, because there's always been something with me that just, I don't fold. Like I don't get to that place of completely folding to the what's oh, I can't think of any of like the narcissist terms right now. Um the mind games that that the twisting your mind up. I can't think of that, but um yeah, it's like it just doesn't last long with me. So they never fully get their like sink their claws into me and get that full on me before I'm like I'm gone, because I can just feel it kind of creeping up, and I'm like something isn't right about this, and I kind of get out of there. But I have, especially since doing the interview, I've worked with a lot of people who have been in those type of situations, and I've seen a lot of different like versions of narcissistic abuse, and I've come to understand why certain people get stuck in it for like 20-25 years, and other people maybe 3 months, so yeah, it's a big scale of narcissism and codependence and empaths and all of that. And yeah, so overall, like where do you feel that you are when it comes to your healing process and you um transcending what you've experienced within your narcissistic abuse? Because for you to say your whole life, that's a lot. So whatever you feel like sharing, by the way. Aubrey says, speaking of being gone, a small life update, spiritual update. At a certain point, we have power over the abuse we receive. It's a personal growth, a spiritual growth, the understanding of self and the control of self. Yeah. Um, a small life update. That's what I've been trying to put in a video. I'm in a process of getting videos together like I have so many videos to upload. It's just I haven't been able to connect to this platform. But um I have felt a lot of changes since turning 35 in July. Um, and I've gained new levels of understanding about myself, about people, and about this program. This, people call it a matrix, a simulation. We hear these words thrown around, but I've come to understand the program a lot better because I've consciously and I've actively observed it and taken the time to be receptive to what's taking place and to really see that we're like really in a closed system. And even though we know that, like all of us know that, we know that we're in a program, but it's so easy to get caught up in the program itself and not take the time or take those moments to step outside and look at the program from an observer's point of view. And what that does, we don't realize the wheel that we're on, that we're just going around and around and around the same circle. We're going through the same four seasons, the same 365 days, the same zodiacs. We're just going around the same energies over and over and over again. And like how I was saying earlier, from recognizing that in the beginning, whenever it first hits you, to years later of you watching it, you consciously paying attention to it, a few years in of seeing it and just watching yourself go around and around and around on this wheel, it I've had a lot of different reactions and responses because it's times to where I'm fascinated and then times to where I feel trapped, and times where I feel nothing, to where I just like I just get really spaced out because it's so much happening in this world, but none of it, like, I realize more and more how much I don't care about the majority of things that people care about. And that makes me feel like isolated. It makes me feel alone sometimes. And then I connect to other people around the world who are like the only person in their family or in their vicinity that feels the same way. So I always have this vision of this planet and like these dots around the planet that represent reflections of myself. And these are individuals who get in the same type of spaces that I get into. And it's like when we connect with each other, it's like a sense of relief for like our humanness, to connect with someone else that gets it. And it makes you feel better about being here, I guess for the time being. But I just realized that it's hard when you see the program for what it is, and deep down inside you don't really have a desire for anything. And that's kind of like where I'm at. It's like I know that I need food and money to do things that are fun and exciting when it comes to like travel and things like that. But there's always this awareness. There's always an awareness that I'm mainly connected to, that's observing my mind and body operating within this program. And that awareness doesn't care about anything here. Like it's always reminding me like, hey, it's okay to get excited. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to get frustrated. Um, and I watch myself do those things, but it's still uh it's just weird because I that it doesn't mean anything. Like I know that whatever happens in this human experience is for this human experience. Whatever I feel passionate about, whatever goals and dreams I have, it doesn't go past this program. So when you are consciously aware of that and you're watching it, you're watching yourself uh be the human and do things like pay bills and drive your car and wake up to poop. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that type of stuff is like, okay, I'm I'm still here. I'm still waking up. Still waking up every day, you know. Okay, this is what this is about. And I think I feel like embracing it, like accepting the fact that this simulation, this program has its rules, it has its setup, and it's really nothing you can do about it because you know you didn't create. I didn't create this. Whatever, whoever made this, like I didn't do it. And if I did, then you know I don't remember. So I guess it doesn't matter anyway. But it's like I'm here and I came into this and this was already set up. So it's like okay, you got the people that want to fight the system, fight the program, and it's I kind of used to feel like that. I used to feel very rebellious. But now it's like I can't get out of this thing unless I just die. You know, that's the only way out. So while I'm here, I'm going to be going through the same four seasons, the same 12 zodiacs, the same 365 days in a year, the same 24-hour days. I'm going to keep seeing the sun come up and set and the moon come up, the same stars, the same constellations. I'm just going to keep seeing it. And one day, I'm just not going to see it anymore. So I don't know. I don't know. I've just been all over the place. um, Demons, reptilians, aliens, yeah, all of those things, whatever they are. What do you do? Why do you do what you do? It's all a conspiracy. Where are you based? Earth. We're all stuck here on Earth right now. um, you are a beautiful being. I wish you well in the continuation of your journey. You already have everything you need. Continue tapping in. Thank you, Aubrey. Appreciate that. What do you think of Richard Grannon's channel? I've seen Richard Grannon a few times because I think he recently linked up with mm, mm, mm. all of these people that I've done research on, and it's like I forget people. Oh, Sam Vaknin, that guy. I started studying him before HG Tutor. He was the first narcissist I studied. So I did see some type of lecture that Richard Grannon and Sam Vaknin did. And yeah, I don't really have an opinion. I think that, you know, overall, Sam Vaknin himself, he's giving great information. He's aware of his narcissism and uh, you know, hey, to me, it's just all information. And if it resonates with you, the individual, then great. Some things will resonate, some things won't. I'm sure it's people that prefer HG Tutor over Sam Vaknin, or Sam Vaknin over HG Tutor, or you know, it's So I just overall feel that the platforms are beneficial to those that resonate with those particular platforms. So, um, and Activism of Care YouTube channel. I'm not familiar with that channel. Narcissistic abuse is the most relevant thing going on in the world right now. Okay. It should be being discussed by all for the damage it causes. Take it from me, I'm messed up. I think we're all of us, we all have something going on, because that comes with this program, that comes with this simulation. This isn't this isn't meant to be like a perfect world. We're not meant to go through this experience without something affecting us in some type of way that is going to cause, excuse me, some type of pain, some type of stress, some type of anxiety, something. We the way that we start off when we come into the world, we come in fearful. Fear is what actually keeps us alive, because if we didn't fear anything, then we wouldn't understand to not walk out into the street, and or don't touch the fire, or don't stick the fork in the electrical socket. We wouldn't understand that, oh, someone's pointing a gun in your face, and that can end it. So it's like being a species that's wired to be fearful. It's like an automatic setup for all of the things that stem from fear. And I don't know. Sometimes just I just be over it. Like, I just sit and stare at walls and just just watch the time go by until my body says, "Look, we can't just sit here all day. We have to get up and do something. Let's go to Whole Foods. Let's go to Whole Foods and get something to eat." Like, just, I don't know. It's an interesting experience. The longer you're here, the more interesting, but also the more uh, redundant in a way it gets. And yeah. So let's see what's next. Um, David Icke. Yeah, I learned about David Icke. Oh, like back in 2011, 2012, and I'm the type of person that, like, I learn about stuff, and I go into it, and then once I've gotten enough, I move on. And so I just feel like I've just been collecting. I've been collecting, pieces of information, and after a certain amount of time, I know that stuff is still stored in me, but I forget, because so many new moments are happening, and so many other types of information and perspectives are coming in. So it's like I engage and then move on, and just just collect. And I keep what I guess I retain what stimulates me the most, and I discard whatever doesn't. So yeah. But David Icke, I can't really say I have too much of an opinion about him. Uh, yeah, I don't know what to say about that guy. Um, yeah, link up with other channels. That would be cool. A lot of my collaborations are actually done behind the scenes. Uh, I haven't connected with too many like other YouTubers, except my friend Curtis, the realist idealist. Um, we might be doing some more things in the future, but uh, yeah. Yeah, and also, like how you're saying um you are a victim of narcissistic abuse. For me personally, I'm just mindful of certain words that I use because even though I've experienced it, I try not to say things like I personally don't feel like a victim because I don't feel like it's still holding holding me. So just a suggestion, since that's something that you have been affected by your whole life, just be mindful of how you're locking yourself into what you've experienced and try your best to remember that even though you may have had a lot of negative narcissistic abuse experiences, the reality is those moments are gone. They're not existing anymore. But, we can easily make those things exist or trick our bodies into feeling like they still exist. And that's not easy. It's easier said than done. Um, but it's something that I personally have actively been working on when it comes to when you do have those memories that come up and you find yourself talking about the memory and then you feel your body having the experience as if the memory is happening right then and there, even though it happened 10 years ago. You're reinforcing that frequency that you want to heal from. And it makes it more difficult to heal from it because you just made your body think that you just got abused again by a narcissist in that moment. And it didn't really happen. You were just sharing the story. So I don't know if that made sense, but it's just something that because I am familiar with that um, with the terminologies and the ways we can unconsciously lock ourselves into the past and into situations, just something to think about. If you resonate with it. If you don't, that's fine. It's your path, it's your life. I'm not telling you what to do. Um oh, best bet is to just let go and enjoy life. I agree. What's your take on manifesting generators? Oh, what's my take on us? We won't shut up. We just keep talking and talking and talking and talking. That's my take on manifesting generators. Um, Matter of fact, I was just talking to one of my clients last week, and one of her sons is a manifesting generator, and his design is very similar to mine. So I was sharing with her like all of the things that I've learned that doesn't work, like all of my mistakes that I can identify, and um, we are we're always skipping steps. Like, and I've been able to observe the difference between generators and manifesting generators, and it's a huge difference. With manifesting generators, because we have that motor connected to our throat, it makes us move faster than what we should. So one of the things we were talking about was how well, she brought it up first. She was saying how when her son is like building something like Legos or something like that, he already has the vision in his mind and he just goes for building it, but it doesn't turn out the way that he visions it because he skipped foundational steps. So he gets to a place where he's built something, but it didn't turn out the way that he wanted it to, and he has to literally like take all of the Legos down and start over. And that is the story of my life. And I'm still learning. I'm working on that. But it's like we skip steps and we pay for it later because we need to follow directions. And one of the things that I learned about the channel that makes me a manifesting generator is that it actually needs to be guided. It needs to be guided by someone or people that can help us to not waste our energy. And that's one of the reasons why I've become so big on using my energy wisely, sitting on my energy, learning how to be patient, learning how to sit still and let the energy build up. Because all throughout my 20s, I was just blasting off all over the place. And I can look back and see that I really didn't have anything to show for it other than learning what not to do with my energy. So we can be very productive when we're using our energy properly, but there is a it takes a level of awareness and a wanting, you the individual, you wanting to do better and harness your energy better and use your energy better. So yeah, response, like learning to respond was one of the most amazing things that I could have learned in human design. Like once I saw that your strategy is to respond, it lifted so much off of me, because I'm like, wow, I've been doing the opposite for so long, and that's why nothing was working out for me. That's why I was being a slave. That's another thing. Like generators, it's said in human design that we're the best slaves because we are. We have all of this energy that we want to put to use, but we're impatient. And once that sacral gets into the motion of operating, even if it's not according to the right response, once we get going, we can really get locked in the wrong activity for a long time. And you feel it. Like you feel that you're not supposed to be putting your physical energy into this, but it's hard. Like once you get going, you literally just get stuck in it, and you're watching yourself just deplete and deteriorate your energy. So it's not a good feeling. And I came to the conclusion that I want to feel better in my body. I want to feel more satisfaction as a manifesting generator. So, yeah. Exit the matrix. Courage is required. I still can't believe it. Hey, Scotty boy. Be you, kid. Sometimes walls stare at me. Yeah, I'm with you. Elsie's catharsis. Greetings. Curious has been my favorite word to describe everything lately. Okay. Yeah. 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 My mind is going in so many different directions thinking about curiosity. Cause yeah, I'll have something to actually say maybe later. I don't know, but I feel you. Um. Whoa. Said you talk too much. Wait a minute. Oh my God. How did you type all of this, HG Tutor? Or maybe I've been talking too much that I'm just late. Um, okay, I pick up on David Icke as true to his knowing. Okay. Have you met HG Tutor? No, I have not. I don't think I have an interest in meeting him. If I meet him, it needs to be in a public place. We all have a piece. Nobody has the whole pie. Right. The whole, I love this phrase. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I love it. It's only together is when the human will rise again. All right. I wish you would just shut up. Well, that's not going to happen here, sir. What you resist persists. It's all about vibe. Words are meaningless to a certain degree. MGTOW. MGTOW. Now, that's something that's been interesting. I haven't looked at that frequency in a few months, but MGTOW, yeah. I want to. Matter of fact, I'm not going to talk about that right now. You're looking for a challenge, I can tell. One two free says superb response. You responded perfectly as a MG. Thank you. Oh, so Scotty Boy and HG, are you all going back and forth? Are you all is this a conflict between you two? Tell us all your secrets so we can grass on you. What uh I don't know what's going on, but whatever. What's your MBTI? Can you spell that out? One two free. Can you spell out what? Dang, I can't get back to the chat. Where is it? MBTI. MBTI. What is that? Oh, Myers Briggs. I've heard of that. What? Okay, tell me about it. What is it like? I haven't gone into that yet, but it was something that I do remember when I heard about it and whatever I learned in that moment. It sounded interesting. It seemed like something I might want to look at, but tell me about it. I think HG needs a hug. We all need hugs. I need to catch up on a whole childhood of not getting hugs. So hug me too. Let's do a group hug right now. Right now, let's do a group hug. Everyone in here. It's 9 people in here. Let's all just do one big energetic group hug. And let's stop arguing with each other if that's what you all are doing. Let's not do that. We are all stuck here on earth together. So we need to make the best of it, okay? Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to remember. Matter of fact, maybe I should make a note. I'm gonna make a note in my trusty old BlackBerry. I got this BlackBerry in 2009, and I still use it. Myers Briggs. Yeah, I'm gonna do that at some point. Okay. Thank you for the hugs, by the way. Thank you, Scotty Boy, and one two free, and Elsie's catharsis. Thank you. Oh yeah, Gene Keys. I'm on it. I'm on it. I did a video using the Gene Keys and the human design information. Like I love using that information together. It amazing. It really helps me to understand the program. So, thank you. Love Gene Keys. All right. So, who else do we have in here? Who has some questions or some stories that you like to share? I'm trying to get back on the radar. That's why I'm here. Trying to get back on the radar. Sweet. Same here. Kiki Connects YouTube. Okay. Kiki Connects. Okay. I'll put that in here too. Kiki Connects. Okay. I adore both systems. HD for the mechanics, Gene Keys for the contemplation. Yes. Yes. Going from those shadows to those gifts. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, Richard he brings a I like how he took, because my understanding is that of course he started off with human design, but whatever he got in his evolutionary process, you know, Keys was birthed through that, and how he took the human design information as the foundation and then like turned it into the gene key system. I mean, that's a whole nother level, a whole nother level. And yeah, I think it's dope. I think it's super dope. It is always so hard for me to get back to the chat. Okay. So yeah, anyone else? Anyone else? Anybody in here want to say hi, or ask a question, share a story? Because I've been running my mouth. And if I don't have anything to respond to, I'm going to shut this down. Is there anything else apart from Gene Keys and HD you found helpful? Where do I begin? Yeah. That recently got reintroduced to me. I want to say back in October, but I had got a Destiny card reading matter of fact, on my 28th birthday. So 7 years ago, I got a Destiny card reading, and it was very accurate. Um, and then I reconnected with a friend from high school, and Destiny cards is his thing. So he put me on, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember that my card is a nine of clubs, and just I started looking at different different people, and I started combining the information about people's human design with their Destiny card information, and lo and behold, it's very aligned. I mean, yeah, I'm really intrigued by it, because back then when I first learned about Destiny cards, I was fresh into lifting the veil. So even though it was accurate back then, it was that beginning layer. So now I look at the Destiny cards for not just the day that a person was born, but also their body's birthday. And that's a whole nother level of using the Destiny cards with the human design system to really see, you know, the type of relationships you have with people. Just understanding like the ruler and the decadence and the karma cards, all of that type of stuff. I still have a lot to learn, but so far, like my friend, he keeps me consistently in it, because I will like veer off, but he's always bringing it up. So that helps me to stay on top of using the Destiny cards and looking at it and just seeing like, wow, like I'm glad you reminded me of this for this week, because now I can correlate it with what I'm already aware of, So it's that's one thing. The Mayan signs. I've been the Mayan signs are really interesting, but because that calendar stopped at 2012, I don't know if there's a way to get a Mayan sign for people that were born after 2012. But when I tell you my Mayan sign, I've been aware of it since, also when I turned 28, since 2012. And I make it a point to read my Mayan sign at least once or a few times a year. And every time I read it, I read the information. I'm like, wow, this is so accurate. So it's interesting just seeing how within this program, there's so many sectors of information that in their own unique ways still explain the program. And it's almost like there's not really well, you the individual may say that, oh, this system is better than this system, but you can gain something from all of it if you're open-minded like that. Me, I feel like anything that comes into my reality I can learn something from, I can gain something from. So um yeah, the secret language is very accurate. uh I haven't done numerology in a while, but I remember when I was looking at numerology, that was, that had its accuracy in certain aspects. So yeah, yeah, I see what you all are saying. Um, well, when you look at your Scotty Boy, I'm sorry, you Scotty Boy said, "Is the body's birth date really a birth date, or is it a death date, more like a rebirth, a welcome back?" That's not my understanding. Basically, I started using the term body's birthday because that was the easiest way for me to explain it to people. Because when you look at your human design blueprint, you'll see two dates. You'll see the personality date or the birth date, and that's the day that you were born, and then you're going to see that second date underneath, and it says design date. And that, from my understanding, is the day that your actual vehicle, your physical body, was imprinted with that astrological information. So astrology doesn't address this because this human design, from what I understand, is the only system that is showing a blueprint that has your astrological information, which is for the day that you were born, but then this other piece of information, which is 3 months prior to you being born, and that date being the day that your body was imprinted. So according to human design, they're saying that you have the personality crystal and the design crystal. The personality crystal comes in as soon as you come out the womb, but this design crystal came in and imprinted you on that design date. So you would have to look at your blueprint and see what that says. Leslie, that is you. What's going on? Where have you been? We have to catch up. That sure is you. Look at your face right there in my face. That is definitely your face. I love to hear what you think about us entering this last. Oh, great. Oh, I didn't even get to read it all the way, but I know what you're saying. Hold on, let me go back. Yes, this last 7 year yes. Yes, I've been talking about that with people behind the scenes. The last 7 years before we go into the cross of the sleeping phoenix. Yes. Yes. Oh, you want me to talk about? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me read these other ones real quick. Uh just a thought, a remember, um just a thought, remembering or so. Yeah, so much to ponder in this in this reality. Oh yeah. Came across this the other day. This is true for Enneagram, Myers-Briggs astrology, and any other framework. Uh I think I'm missing a I don't think I'm comprehending the quote. Very nice perspective. Oh, I don't need to know if the framework is true or accurate. I need to know if it's serving my right, right. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, Leslie. Me and Leslie did a video. We did a it's been it's definitely been over a year because I've been gone for like 8 months. So it had to have been 2018. But yeah, me and Leslie, we have a video on this channel. Um, the one that's titled Mental Projector 5. Leslie is a 5'2" mental projector. So I think that's somewhere in the title. But you all should check out the video me and her did. It was a random in the moment video, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, like going back to what you said, Leslie, to know if it's serving my higher good, my growth, my healing in some way. Yeah, like I've never I've never really resonated with having that um I feel. It's like I just can feel intuitively when I hear something. Like I can feel if it resonates with me or not. And that has always made it hard for me to um have that judgment that stops me from listening to people just based on like how they look or their race or whatever. Like I have watched myself just know, like, oh, I need to listen to this, or I need to read that, or and it's people of all races, of all religions, and when not having that judgment to stop you that's based on some type of limited way of thinking, and allowing yourself to be in a flow to receive whatever that message is and whoever is coming through in that moment, you always get what you need. And it doesn't mean that you have to follow that person or you have to continue to watch them. It's just in that moment of whatever you're experiencing, they're showing up in your reality to be in alignment with whatever message you need to hear. You may need a confirmation. You may be stuck on some type of question, and you may be doing something random, and a recommended video pops up on YouTube, and something tells you to click it, and it boom, it just gives you the answer that you've been looking for like 3 weeks. So um yeah, I think we would drive ourselves crazy if we attempted to research every single person or every system. Or it's so much that I question mentally about human design. Like where did y'all get this from? Where did this part come from? But it pulled me in with accuracy. Like it started off accurate for me, and it's been consistently accurate ever since. So even though I have these questions, I know deep down inside they don't matter, and it's a lot of things I'll never understand about human design and the foundation of it. But I don't care, because what matters is the what I'm learning and how it's actually being applied to my life and working over and over and over again. So Leslie, I'm with you on that. Uh, okay. Hey, Crazy Holiday. Ugly. Is that me? Am I ugly? Okay. Well, hello, ugly to you too. It's nice to meet you. People are funny. Thanks, by the way. I'll check out. Wait. Check out Mayan Science. Can't find anything on Secret Language. Oh, Secret Language has a whole website. Just um secretlanguage.com. I don't know. Just type in secret language. Like, it's a whole website for secret language. That should be super easy to find for you. Yeah, Scotty Boy. Just Google it. Try secretlanguage.com. I feel like that's not it. I feel like they changed their website name or something. I don't know. Hey, KT13. Yep, Leslie, what you said. You said to 1 2 free. Just find them on memes and stuff. I follow. I know you were answering her question, or her or him. I'm not sure. But yeah, all data in this world can provide gems for those with the eyes to see and heart to understand. Whoa, what you said, A sinks in D. Okay, I don't remember what I said, but y'all know I just be running my mouth, and once it's out, it's hard. It's hard to get it back. Rogue Scholar, how are you? I was thinking about you the other day. Just you ran. Look, you're always like randomly popping up in my mind. That's my 1 3 buddy. Rogue Scholar. Haha, classic mean wisdom. Yes. Yeah, Leslie is a dope mental projector. Like Leslie, you your energy is dope. I always get a kick out of talking to you. Scotty Boy says he ugly so. Hey Erica, how you doing? Uh, this is an organite piece, and somebody made me this bracelet. It was too small for my wrist, so I just put it around the organite piece, and it fit. So, and I honestly I don't remember what the stones are. Okay, okay, Rose Scholar. Yeah, you know how we do bonds made and broken. I have my moments too. It's like I'm deep into something, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm floating somewhere else. So, and then I eventually come back. So yeah, I feel you. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Erica, thanks for dropping in tonight. Doing this random live, trying to get back on the radar. Y'all know how I do. I'm here, and then don't hear from me for 5 6 7 8 9 months, and I'm not sorry. Sometimes I do wish that I had that consistency, because when I do engage, it's fun. It is fun for me. Um, but life be happening a lot, and I spend too much time by myself processing, and just trying to make it all make sense, and that takes time. And I just really don't like to come in front of y'all and just not talk about nothing. Like if I deliver a video, I would like for it to have some type of value to it, to where you can watch it and maybe get a laugh or two, but actually take something from it and feel like, yeah, I can apply this to my life and experience something greater as a human. So I'm just not I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe one day, some new planetary alignment will come in and just like power me up with an energy that I've never had before, and then like I'm just doing videos every day. I don't know. That probably won't happen, but wishful thinking. My human design, I am a 1 3 manifesting generator. My incarnation cross is the cross of laws. And yeah, you can, if you go to, I've shown my design on videos if you want to see my blueprint. But you can go to the video about the body's zodiac. I don't know what I titled it, but it's something like Hidden Zodiac. But that video, um, it's probably like 3 or 4 videos ago. And yeah. Hello there, Mr. Yisal. How are you? I don't know if I said that right, but thank you for coming and dropping a line. Okay. One, two, three. What's your design? Scotty Boy says, I am a 333. Don't even think about dumping on me. uh what's a 333? Is Yeah, what's a 333? I'm curious because I have no idea what that is. Um Miss like whistle with the what? Oh, yissle, yissle, yissle. Got you. Thank you for that. Thank you. I just learned something. Yissle. Okay, one, two, three. You're all right. You're a 2-5 or a 5-2. I have a good friend who's a 5-2, and I know a few 2-5s as well. Um, it's a lot of similarities with the 2-5 and the 5-2, but it's a lot of well, obviously you all are different, but how about yeah, maybe you should figure out which one that is. Are you a generator, projector, manifestor, reflector? What type are you? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, okay, Scotty boy, got you, got you. Oh, Rogue Scholar, your dad is a 5-2. Okay, yeah, five twos are really interesting, and it's amazing how different they are from the 5-1. Like they are so different. Even though they're just like one profile apart, they are very very interesting. And over the years, me meeting more and more of them because they are a rare profile. Like it's hard to find 2-5s and 5-2s because it's less of them on the planet. But to, when I do come across them, it's like I make these predictions, like I take what I know about them and I just look for those things to play out. And it always plays out. And I'm like, wow, they are extremely different. The 2-5s are very different from the 3-5s. And then the 5-2s are extremely different from the 5-1s. He's a quadruple split? Whoa. Oh my God. Ooh, that, that is so exciting for me. That is so exciting. I have only come across like 3 quadruple splits in the last 7 years. And one of them happened to be a friend of mine who I've been friends with for like over 10 years. And I didn't know he was a quadruple split until like a year ago. But quadruple splits, now those people are hard to find. Super hard to find. That is interesting. Wow. Okay, that's fine, Scotty boy. I will not address you by numbers. I'm gonna call you Cash. Cash. Oh. Um, a quadruple split. How do I explain that without a visual? Basically, if you look at a human design blueprint, all of the shapes that you see that are colored in, you can have what's called a single definition, a split definition, a triple split definition, or a quadruple split definition. So when you focus on only the centers that are colored in, a quadruple split basically has four sets of shapes. You need a visual because I don't even feel comfortable like trying to explain this. um, oh, there's Google. Google will explain it for you. If I had a visual, I would do a quick little thing, but no. I don't, I don't feel comfortable right now. What is the 30? What? What is the 33rd cross thing about? Vaguely recall something like that. The 33rd cross? Uh, the 33rd cross. Mm, I'm not sure what you're asking, one, two, free. Sorry. Uh, oh yeah, Leslie. Oh, and I was speaking of another friend of mine who I've been friends with her since like it's been like 7 years now. But as far as like the predictions more so for the 2 5s and the 5 2s are more so along the lines of how you all um how, how do I put it? This that self-motivation theme for you all, even though like to hear someone say a person needs to be self-motivated to do something, you can say that just as a general rule. But with the 5 2s and the 2 5s, there's a specific self-motivation for you all to actually do something. But naturally, you all aren't going to be inclined to contribute to society for real. It's like you'll only do it if it's literally from that deep genetic self-motivation, not that general rule self-motivation. So what always happens when I interact with 2 5s and 5 2s is that we have great interactions, but I always know that eventually you all are going to disappear. You know, it's like we engage and you all like get the information, but you all are hermits, you know, so it's like you all are always floating on the surface because you're not foundational. So it's like, you know, you all kind of float in. This is what I've experienced. You all kind of float into my life. We engage. You have that natural genius thing going on where you collect it on the surface and you get it in your natural genius type of way and then you float away. So it's I never expect much from the 2 5 or the 5 2 because it really has to come from that deep self motivation. And from what I've seen consistently, that's difficult. That's difficult for you all to get to a place to where you actually want to come out and contribute to society. So, and that's not a bad thing. It's just you all's nature. And I have really come to understand how that works over the years. Uh, okay, Scotty boy. Oh yes, yes, because I I would like to explain it to you in a way that I just feel a visual would be much better. Um, 33rd. Oh, one, two, free. You must be in another country. Where are you located? Uh, Rose Scholar sounds just like my dad. Oh, right, yeah, 5 2, yeah, yeah. And it's in me understanding the nature of the 5 2 and the 2 5, I can see how so many other people get frustrated with them because there's this expectation because um they have that savior energy. You know, the 5 is the savior part of the profile. So people see them and they have this expectation that, oh, you're gonna save me, you're gonna, make everything better. And the 2 5 or the 5 2 is like, no, I'm not. It's like they may engage with you and kind of get you hyped up that they're gonna continue. Like if a 5 2 or a 2 5 engages with you, you can get excited that they're gonna stay, but they don't because they can't. They always have to go back to being a hermit. and they have to be self-motivated to continue to help you or, engage with you. So a lot of people get extremely frustrated with them because they don't understand that whatever the 5-2 or the 2-5 is doing to make you think that they're going to stick around, don't expect it. Like, just don't expect it. The 5-1s, however, and the 3-5s, they're definitely more inclined to play out that savior energy in a way that is more satisfactory. Mainly the 5-1s, because 3-5s, they get punished a whole lot more than the 5-1s when they don't come through as a savior. So the 5-1s are usually like the main savior profile that people look to for saving in all types of ways. Hello, Jenny H. Leslie says, yes, I really do resonate with that, what you're saying on much of that. Float on. Thanks for elaborating. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Beautifully put. We show up, get info, and bounce. Hopefully leave a few strings of knowledge behind. 1-2 free. Do you know of any 2-5s or 5-2s that have contributed to society, or at least know any specific motivation for that type? I have looked for celebrities, like celebrities who are 2-5s and 5-2s, and I may have found 1 or 2, but I can't even think of who they are. But you don't find many of them in the spotlight, the celebrity world. But yeah, 5-2s and 2-5s, they're the most that I've really seen them. The most that I've seen them as far as like operating with others is just in their workplace. They're always in some type of job that deals with I don't know, it's I don't even know how to put it, but they're always in the midst of some type of work situation that is like a typical job, like places where, like a call center, or places where they can be there, but at the same time they can hide because they're hermits, so they need that hiding part of the atmosphere. But there is always this pressure on them to deliver, and that's where it's tough for them, because that hermit just wants to be left alone. That hermit is always like keeping that barrier up, like, leave me alone, leave me alone. But people are always seeing something in them that they don't see, so they get called out a lot to perform. And it's because the 2 is a barrier, like genetically the hermit is a genetic barrier. That 2 isn't trying to budge for real. So yeah, like anything that deals with something bigger than them just doing what they need to do to survive by doing their jobs and making their money so that they can have a safe, stable environment to be in. I don't really see them go past that. I don't see them have that motivation to go out into the world and be a motivational speaker and do all of the things that you see a lot of 5-1s doing. Like, it's if they do, that had to be some deep self-motivation. And if they do operate in that type of way and they come out into the world like that, their life is set up differently to really accommodate being in the forefront. but still they're gonna run back to being a hermit because they can't help it. They need that isolation. So uh hello, SMA channel. Oh wow, so your oldest brother is a 5'1" and your uh oh, and your older brother is a 3'5". Yeah, so I'm sure you can see the difference in how their fives play out. I'm sure you can. Scotty Boy says, hopefully, meaning you pick up on it because me, you don't believe in what I am told. I know what I know. Okay. Turn up for what you know. I'm with you on that. Samanique, look, Samanique, where you at? Samanique, where you at? Samanique, come through. Come through. Okay, SMA channel, you are 3'5". Um, is there anything that you would like to share about your experiences as a 3'5"? And Samanique, if you would like to universalize something, feel free. Feel free. 1, 2, free, loving your clarity on this, very helpful. Thank you. I'm glad that is, you know, it's helpful. Glad to know that. Scotty Boy says, I had to leave all numbers behind. I was being steered in ways my mind thought I should go. Yeah, look, that mind is an enemy. It is a whole enemy. That's why I have given my body permission to lead in this life, because the body is what's connected to the planet. The mind is just this invisible consciousness that's just, it's floating around, and it thinks that it has rulership over the way that we should be physically operating, and it sends you off every time. So the body is this is its planet. Like, I started calling myself temporary property of Earth, because that's what this is. This is property of Earth. It was born here and it's going to stay here. It has no business off of this planet. So it knows how to navigate. Oh, the phone is overheating. It knows how to navigate. It knows what to do. It knows when to turn left. Oh, okay. Yeah, it knows. What is that? Yeah, it knows what to do. So the mind the mind will have you jumping off a cliff, because the mind can't get hurt if it if it jumps off the cliff. So yeah, I feel you on that. Thank you for this. You're welcome. 1, 2, free. I will roll where I need to roll. Don't need to be. Namaste nugged. Oh my God. What is best for 5, 2, 2, 5s to know to do their best? Don't do anything. Float on, like Leslie said. Leslie said it best. Float on. Oh my God. I just realized, wow, Leslie, I don't know if you're still on here. 2 days ago, I was telling my 5'2" friend from 7 years ago. I literally was like reinforcing my understanding about her design and talking about that floating aspect. And I told her that one of my favorite songs is Float On. The old school song, Float On. I love that song. And yeah, and Leslie, I didn't even put it together, but I just told my other 5'2" friend about Float On. So yeah, 1, 2, free. People are always going to put pressure on you, because it's almost like for the 5-1 and the 5-2, you all have the same front. You all have that same savior front. So the 5-1 is naturally going to come to the rescue. Like they're not going to really hesitate to come to the rescue and step up as an authority, as a savior authority. But when people see that 5-2, they're still seeing that same 5 front, but the 2 is not budging. So you're going to feel a different level of pressure than what the 5-1s feel. The 5-1s get a lot of pressure, but you're going to feel a different type of pressure. And honestly, a lot of 5-2s and 2-5s do have a lot of psychological damage that starts early in childhood, because there is a lot of incorrect assumptions that friends and family members, people that are there early in their life, have these very wrong and a lot of times perverted assumptions about the 2-5 and the 5-2. And it forces people to think that you all are playing hard to get, because the savior is seductive. The savior, that 5 aspect of you is seductive. So it's constantly putting out this frequency of seducing. But when you have that barrier up on the other aspect of your profile, it's making people think that you're playing hard to get, which can make people be more aggressive with you. So it's pretty deep. I've heard some stories that are just like, wow, like that's really tough for those 2 profiles, because other people aren't understanding, and a lot of times you all don't understand that, because you're that aspect is wanting to help, but then that other part is like, stay away from me, I'm blocking you, it's a barrier up, leave me alone. So yeah, just being honest is establishing those boundaries. Being honest and establishing those boundaries is really important, but at the same time, again, it's difficult because you're being projected on, you're being pulled on by other people to deliver. So you may find that you really want to tell a person no, but and your body is saying everything that is like, hey, like stop it, don't do this. But the projection can be so heavy, the people can be so like aggressive, to where you may find yourself in situations and then you can't get out of them. And when you finally do, it's like you have to go back and like recharge. You have to try to understand what just happened to you. So honesty, establishing boundaries, and doing your best to be straightforward with people and let them know, like, look, I know you're probably thinking that I'm something that I'm not, and you know, but it's not what you think. And the illusion that you all can give to people is very powerful. And you have to work on letting people know, like you have to consistently work on building up that strength to people know it's not what you think. I'm just a nice person, and I know I'm smiling at you, and I may be agreeing with you, but I'm not going. Like you gotta make sure that they know that you're not going. So I don't know if that was helpful, but um, SMA Channel says, I have had expectations placed on me, especially in terms of religion. I don't believe in it anymore because I am open to digging deeper into the truth of who I am. Okay. Scotty Boy, we are just guests here, not very nice ones for them. Hey, it's the program we live in. Rose Scholar says, a major thing I've noticed with people with 5s is the expectations placed on them, especially my brother that was a 3-5, right? And with your brother being a 3-5, he's an unconscious 3-5. So he's not consciously aware that people are projecting on him, like how the 5-1 or the 5-2 is. The 2 5s and the 3 5s, their bodies are the 5s. So they're not knowing that, hey, this person is looking for me to do something. So for him being a 3-5, he's just like, his 3 is like, oh, okay, you want me to do something. He's going to be open to trying it out. And because of that 3 is the scientist. That 3 is the experimenter. So more than likely it's going to be a fail. Like when he tries to be that savior for whatever the projection is, more than likely he's going to fail. And then he's going to get that burning at the stake, which comes with the 5 when they don't deliver that savior energy. And then he's going to get the punishment that comes with being the martyr, which is the 3. So it's a double, it's a double punishment for the 3 5s. And yeah. 5-2, are we talking height here? Leslie says, oh, how fun. Who sings the song you speak of? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the group is called The Floaters. I could have that all the way wrong, but I feel like that's the name, The Floaters. The one that pops up in my mind is by Modest Mouse. I have no idea who that is. SMA channel, most church folks don't get it, and I used to lie to avoid getting into arguments, but this year I'm speaking my truth and expressing my truth. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, religion is it's meant to be here as well, it's, I feel like every sector, every religious sector, every category that exists here is supposed to be here. There's a place for it. And there's a reason that you were a part of religion at a certain point, a certain time frame in your life, and there's a reason that you have left it. So, of course, due to the tribal nature of religion, when a person starts to break away from the rules and the structure of that religion, it's offensive to the people within the religion, and there's just no way that they're going to make it easy for you, and that just comes with the territory. But if you've made up your mind to remove yourself and to explore other aspects of your life and yourself, hey, go for it. Go for it. And don't feel bad. Don't feel, well, I'm sure there are probably moments where you feel guilty because, those people that are still in it that's one of the things that they'll do. They'll try to make you feel guilty. But, this is your life. This is your life. And you have the right to explore your life the way that you want to. And if you no longer resonate with something that you're engaging in, you have the right to leave it and move on to something else. So, Scotty Boy, who is answering the questions I ask in my head, higher self or lost fractal? All of it. Like, I have trouble with saying certain words that I used to say, like higher self, and it's just certain parts of the vocabulary that I'm just naturally having a resistance to, because I feel like if I say those things, it kind of locks me into that consciousness. And I just feel like everything is a part of the quantum. Like everything experience is a part of the quantum. And you can call it whatever you want. You can call it I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. But you as an individual, the energy and the frequency of what you're experiencing. And that's what matters. We just, when it comes to communicating with other humans and trying to express ourselves, that's where, we're trying to use the words that can best help us get our message across to the next person. But, you know, call it whatever you want. It's your world. Rogue Scholar says it's good to hear you're stepping into your truth. SMA channel. Yes. Yes, sir, it is. Spot on. Looshed. Call it a loosh. Call it a loosh. I don't know what that means. But, you seem to have the most unique vocabulary in this whole chat room. So call it a loosh. That's what's speaking to you, a loosh. Unless that's some term that has a definition that doesn't align with that. And I don't know. But yeah, stand in your own damn power. All right. Honesty, establish boundaries, straightforwardness. What is it that people see in us? Whatever they want to see. Whatever they want to see. That's that's the thing with fives. Like, you all can be anything. Matter of fact, I remember this was, oh my God, it was so interesting and like fascinating at the same time. I was with a friend of mine who's a 5'1". This was a few years ago. And we were at a grocery store. And this random lady walked up to him and said that he could be like a piano player. Like, just she's never seen him. She just literally like came up to him and projected on him that he was like a great piano player. She has no idea if he's ever even touched a piano. So it was like a really weird moment for us because we were like in the midst of learning human design together. So for us to both be in that moment and to watch this random, it was almost like this lady was like placed there just to show us what a projection is. It was some real Matrix type stuff because I mean, come on. It was just one of those things where you're like, we can't make this up. Like, this is a whole Matrix simulation program that we're in. So yeah, they could see anything. It's usually whatever they want to see, whatever is coming from their own mentality. Like, it could be someone who needs $1 to get on the bus, and they may look at you and just project that, oh, you are just balling out of control. You probably have $1,000 in your pocket. And it's because their reality, they're looking for someone to come and help them. And when they see you, it's like there's a projection field that shows them what they want to see. And then they throw that projection on you, you catch it, and a lot of times you all try to shapeshift into whatever the projection is. And if it's not really who you are, then you're going to get burned at the stake. So if they're thinking that you have $1,000 in your pocket and you can help them and you don't have any money in your pocket, that person is going to burn you at the stake because they assume that you were the one that can give them some money. So it's very interesting. Extremely helpful is what I've had to learn. You have your own power, find it. We all follow the path pretty much. What is the healthiest version of a 2552? Can we become a different type or integrate certain preferred qualities? I can't answer that because you're the 25 or the 52. There's no way for me or anyone to say what the healthiest version of a profile is because you have your own unique life. So, and no one can live that for you. No one can I can't say what's healthiest for you. I can share tips and advice based on what I've experienced and what I've learned through my interactions with other people that have your profile. But a 2-5 and a 5-2, first of all, are still completely different. A 5-2 generator is completely different from a 5-2 projector. That's a different life. It's so many nuances to the differences. And I don't know. I can't answer that. And from my understanding, as far as like becoming a different type, I haven't seen anyone transform out of the design that they're in. I've seen people be able to embrace their design, and in doing that, it gives them access to transcending areas that are more so conditioned parts of them. So like the unaware 1-3 manifesting generator version of me is completely different. Like the way that I interact with people, the new levels of awareness and consideration and communication that I have with people is completely different than before I was aware of how I'm wired. So I feel that there's a lot of aspects of me that have stepped into the higher versions of my design. And I'm experiencing that more and more as as time goes on. So, but it's not like I'm feeling myself step out of the themes of being a 1-3, or no longer being a manifesting generator, or like I can still feel the same activations, the same blueprint within this body. And I can still feel the same stuff. It's just I'm reaching higher levels of understanding it and using it and navigating better in this realm with it. Thank you. And yes, being a 3-5, I have to explain myself a lot to people who project their ideas of who they think I am onto me. Yeah. That's good. That's good. And I mean, just know, for all of the people that are fives, just know that when, especially like somebody new, but it's definitely like your family members, friends, but whenever someone is approaching you, understand that they're seeing an illusion. Like they're looking at whatever they want to see. And be mindful of how you're shape shifting, because you're designed to shapeshift into different characters. But it's about discernment. It's about, feeling what they're projecting on you and being real with yourself and saying, okay, this person is expecting me to do this, this, and this. You got to shut it down. You gotta let them know, like, oh, that's what okay. And if you're not clear, ask questions. Ask them, okay, so you want me to do what again? Explain what you're expecting of me. And in doing that, feel what your body is telling you. Your body will let you know that you're not built for that. You cannot shapeshift into that character. And you acknowledging that before you just let that shapeshift in nature come over you, and now you're in motion of trying to fulfill some projection that you don't have the capacity to feel. You got to shut it down early. So I think that's a good thing, that you're communicating with people and letting them know, like, oh, I'm sorry that you have the wrong impression of me, but I'm not the one. um I'm here to learn not to come across as that guy. Say it with love. Oh yes, the more I know, how little I understand. I've been saying that a lot lately. Haha, fair point. I appreciate your honesty and authenticity. Thank you. Thank you. We don't have much time here, so it's like the older I get, the more I'm like, no. You want to deliver and say things that may be appeasing to people, and you feel things that it's like, I don't want to get punished. I don't want people to be mad at me and all it. Forget all of that. No, not doing it. I'm giving it to you straight. As straight as I can. Uh, what's your perspective on 2-5 manifesting generators if you met any? No, he's not a manifesting generator. I haven't. I haven't met any manifesting generators. I know some generators that are 2-5s, but not MGs. I can see how the 5 manifested for me physically growing up being ethnically ambiguous, I guess. People always seem to care where I was from, often projecting where they want me to be from. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Wow. Yeah, this program is something else. Something else. Oh, a MG is a manifesting generator. And a manifesting generator is someone that has a motor. There are 4 motors in our blueprint, in the 9 centers that we have as humans. There are 4 motors. And if you're a generator, if you have the sacral center defined and you have one of the 4 motors connected to the throat, that makes you a manifesting generator. And it's different types of manifesting generators. So you can be, I'm a sacral manifesting generator because my sacral is a motor that's connected to my throat. But you can also be a ego manifesting generator, which is where your heart center, which is a motor, is connected to the throat. And then you can be an emotional manifesting generator to where your solar plexus, which is a motor, is connected to the throat. And you can be a root. I've never heard that term, but the root is a motor, and the root could be connected through the spleen to the throat. And that will make you a manifesting generator. But either way, you have to have that sacral center defined to be a manifesting generator. So I don't know if that made any sense for you, but Google and look up that quadruple split information. You'll get the hang of it. What do you what do you find the 2-5 generators would suggest to their younger selves if you could guess? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't have a natural response coming out with that one. Mm, I might need some time with that one. Oh, okay, Rogue, you're an emotional MG. Yeah, I've never seen your blueprint, so I'm just always wondering, I mean, I don't have nothing to go off of to have any idea of what your blueprint looks like, but um okay, that's interesting. Yeah, the for emotional generators and manifesting generators and emotional manifestors, it's pretty tough because that emotional wave puts that break on the way the power wants to come out. The power of being a sacral being or being a manifester, it puts a huge break on that, and that creates a whole nother level of frustration within the body. So yeah, my solar plexus is wide open. Like I have no activations in the solar plexus, and I have no activations coming to the solar plexus. So I'm just wide open to all emotional energy, and it is something else. It is very overpowering. Do they have jobs which suit their type also? It's cool if you don't answer all these questions. I'm just curious. Um, I mean, some of them do. from what I've seen, but I still have, like, to give you an idea, like I know if I knew 1,005 ones, I know like 105 twos. You know, like and if I knew a 1,003 fives, I know like 102 fives. So there's still a lot of information and data that I would like to collect from them to just understand more about their nature. But from the ones that I have interacted with, uh, I haven't really come across any that have found a satisfactory job. Um, the 5-2 that I've known for like 7 years, she actually just told me the other day that I had predicted that she was going to be out of the job that she was in by the time she was 35. And I don't really remember that, but I it's a knowing in me that knows that I told her that, but that's exactly what happened. And she moved into a job that she actually feels more comfortable in. So I think the job she's in now is the most comfortable job for her. Cuz like looking back at the other jobs that she had, I remember the struggles that she had in those jobs because of the projections, because it was just a lot of things that didn't really fit her design. And I guess in the moments that I was communicating with her, I was like intuitively aware, like, yo, that's not, that's gonna, that's hard. That's hard for you. That's not like, that doesn't allow you to be in your flow. So, yeah, she's like the only one that's kind of close to being in a job that she's more satisfied with. But in general, I mean, it's really hard. I don't see just designs, period. Like most people, I don't see um no matter what design you are. Like I don't see a lot of people that are happy in their jobs. I don't see that much at all because most jobs are just not accommodating to the needs, to the genetic needs of people. So yeah. Okay, so SMA channel, you're an emotional MG. Okay, so you're a 3-5 emotional MG. Okay. Scotty boy, stop talking. Oh, stop telling me to look it up. Hey, you're responsible. You're responsible for your life. And yeah, I don't even know you. I don't even know your information or anything. I can't look up your design. I can't give you any tips for real. So I can't help you. Um, hey, Melissa Burns. I don't know if you said something earlier, but I'm just now seeing you. Um, Rogue says that's true. Oh, you're across the Eden. Okay. Yeah. So the cross the Eden people. I have a friend who's a 3-5 manifestor cross of Eden, and when I revealed to her human design, I explained to her how cross of Eden people are always getting kicked out of stuff, like getting kicked out of houses, getting kicked out of school, getting kicked out of jobs, like just always getting kicked out of wherever they're at. And like I'll say maybe like a month or so later, like that's what happened. Like she got kicked out, but it was it was almost like funny for both of us because once I shared with her like that's just what Eden people go through, it kind of relieved her from the turmoil that she had experienced in the past. So when it happened, she took it better. It wasn't like such of a hit for her. But she always, like she's a manifester, so she always finds her way and ends up in something else. But now it's like once you know and it resonates with you, the individual, not just because I'm telling you this, it's like it resonates because it's your information for your design. So once you get those certain themes of how you're designed to operate and what you're gonna find yourself experiencing over and over again, it's easier to, deal with it when it comes. And you can even watch the building blocks of those themes preparing to bring that into fruition. So yeah, it's interesting. uh what would you say is the ideal job for a 2-5? I don't know. The what I just intuitively feel is a place where you can, excuse me, oh man, I need some water. um a place where you can uh be a stay at home job, like yeah, a place where you can work from home and not necessarily be in people's auras a lot. um because 2-5s and 5-2s, more so the 2-5s, you all are hidden. You all are much more hidden than the 5-2s. So 2-5s in jobs that are at home, and yeah, where you if you're doing some type of where you got to talk to people on the phone or something, like I see that being good for a 2-5, because the the theme of the 5 is to make people demand you. And when you're always available, which is what a big issue that 5s have, because they're going to work every day and they're being in other people's auras, they're seeing the same people, it makes you all less valuable. So when it's a situation to where you can actually retreat for to where people don't see you, it makes your value stay high. It makes your reputation stay high. So being away and just being that seductive voice on the phone and engaging with people and then hanging up, and then like you're leaving people um with this pressure to want you again, as opposed to you actually being in their face and being, touchable and being, there, being accessible. So the less accessible you are, the better. And yeah. Rogue says I usually just leave. Yeah, 1-3s, we're good for that. We're out. Like, cause you, especially as a 1-3 cross the Eden, you already know that it's coming. Like, you can feel it. You can feel it creeping up, and it's like, oh, let me just get out because I already know that this is over. So I feel you. I feel you on that. One, two, free career. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Uh oh, you're the cross of planning. Okay. SMA channel. Yeah, you had that channel of community. That channel of community is that's a powerful channel. Does this mean I have to plan everything? Uh no, I wouldn't say that. You're just gonna be the community is always gonna gravitate towards you. Like, you're gonna be the one that is expected to um, keep the family and the community in order. Like there's a yeah, like you're the person that when I especially a five that has the cross of planning and has that channel of community, your family, everybody expects you to have it. They expect you to um just be the one that can make sure the family is taken care of, all of the resources, all of the the food, um and yeah, I can see planning, like people would naturally expect you to put things together, like the family events, the barbecues, the birthday parties, anything that deals with family. And yeah. So I'm pretty sure you get those projections. And I don't know your circumstances, but because three fives, if you're a 3-5 that has made it away from your family, like you were able to get away from them and move to another location, which is what a lot of 3-5s do, then good for you. Good for you because that channel of community is a very it's a very juicy, money generating channel. And the state of a lot of families, especially today in this society, someone with the channel community, that's a lot of pressure because it's just going to be a lot more people depending on you because you genetically, you're the one that has it. You're the one that is family oriented and has the willpower and the emotions to make things happen. So yeah, I guess planning does, is a part of that. Let's see. Rogue, you said your nephew is a yeah. Let's see, gate 16. If you all are writing it as it shows up on the blueprint, then I'm assuming that gate 16 is the leading gate, which means that that's Gemini. So that's the Gemini version of the cross of planning. So yeah, I think that's like around I think gate 16 starts around like June 1st, or no, it starts at the end of May, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, like the it's I believe it's like the last week of May and into like June 1st. I think it gate 16 ends around June 1st. Excuse me. Um Thank you so much. That's the confirmation I needed to hear. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. And what's the other one? Familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. Yeah. I've learned that a lot in my personal life. Scotty boy, I receive no energetic spears and I send out none either. Rogue says, from what I've noticed from my nephew is that he's good at planning. He's very business savvy at his age. Yeah. Yeah, that channel of community is going to attract a lot of business. Um, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen projectors with it. Like it's a lot of Oh, Michael Jackson had that. He was cross-planning. Um, Somebody else, some other celebrity I'm thinking about. I can't think of their name. But yeah, that cross-planning is major. What's good for protecting the aura in the 2-5's case apart? I honestly, when it comes to protecting auras in general, I've come to learn that you can't stop someone's energy from impacting you, as far as like, especially when you start doing partnership designs and you see how just in being in someone's aura, whatever you have that they don't have, it automatically goes into them, and whatever they have that you don't have, it automatically goes into you. And depending on how sensitive you are and how aware you are, you can feel it. Like, I feel solar plexuses. Like, I know when I'm in the aura of somebody that has a defined solar plexus because I'm wide open to it. So it's not like I can stop their solar plexus from filling mine up if they're in my aura. However, my awareness allows me to pay attention to what's going on and to monitor the emotions that I'm feeling. Because when I was younger, I would get all of these complaints that my emotions were all over the place. But come to find out, I grew up in the channel of mating, which is the 59-6 channel from the sacral to the solar plexus. That channel is like a whole nother, all the emotional channels have a very different frequency. But for someone like me that is just wide open, emotions in a way that my body takes them on, there's no stopping it. But when you're unaware, like how I was majority of my life, all of a sudden someone has filled up my solar plexus, and I don't know that this surge of frustration or this surge of excitement, or whatever the emotion is, I don't know that it's not mine. I didn't know. Now, because I am fully aware of how I am when I'm in my own aura, and I know that, hey, I'm chill. I don't have emotions swirling around unless the planetary alignment for the day or the week has activated my solar plexus. Other than that, like, I'm emotion free. So when that energy comes in, it's up to you. It's up to you to be aware of how a person's aura is impacting you. So it's really important. I know this isn't, a lot of people don't have lifestyles that allow this, but becoming familiar with your energy when you're not being interfered with by other people's aura, that's one of the first steps to knowing how you feel alone. Knowing what your actual energy is just based on your blueprint and what you're activated with. So then from there, when you get used to how your energy is, then when another energy comes in, you have I have a very high sensitivity to when another person's blueprint, their activations are entering into my aura, because I'm so used to spending my time by myself. But it's hard. Like, if you have children, if you're sleeping in the same bed with someone, if you're spending the majority of your day consistently in other people's auras, it's hard to feel yourself. So a lot of people really don't know what they feel like at that originating point, that clean slate. So yeah, you can't stop it. You can't stop someone from affecting you. It's just about being able to recognize what is not yours. And I've just found that it helps from knowing what is mine, so that I can be aware of what's coming in to impact me and condition me. SMA Channel says, I am definitely responsible for food. Used to be my mom, but now it's me. Yep. Yeah, that the 4037 channel, the theme of that channel is food, sex, and comfort. So anybody with that channel, those are major themes: food, sex, and comfort. Um, okay, you're a Gemini Sun, May 28th. Yeah. Hey, Mar, Mar, hey Mar, hey Mar, Shrum. Give me a nickname, cause I totally destroyed that. Sorry. 8372. All right, Scotty boy, thank you for your engagement. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again. Cash. Yeah, being rich would resolve any unwanted or interactions. I guess I have to get rich for the sake of my own energy. Oh, Dominique would okay. Dominique, I'm telepathically talking to you. I'm look, where you at? Where you at? Come through. Come through. Leslie says you are so incredibly right. Awareness plus observation equals everything. Yeah. Yeah. All right, SMA channel, thank you for your interaction. Yes, hope to see you again soon too. Good night. Oh yeah, I've been yeah, Cash. Scotty boy, that's you. So yeah, I don't know what's next, guys, but I appreciate the interaction and you all coming through and putting me back on the radar, the YouTube radar. Well, I don't know if I'm back on the radar, but this is a start. Yes.
Can I come in?
It's a million people watching my live, so I don't know if you want to see if you want people to see you. I have 7,527 people watching this live. So go ahead.
Ain't nobody see me.
All right. Um, you said it's sad and beautiful that no one ever really sees anyone for who they truly are. Yeah, that was a realization that I had a while ago. I'm like, wow. For me to learn about myself, I'm just like, wow, I didn't know this about myself. My parents didn't know this about me. It's just it's like you got to start in the middle of your lifetime with like a clean slate. You can go ahead.
I want you to look that up because I can't get this on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. So, you just got to starting over in the middle of your adult life. And it brings clarity to a lot of things, once you start recognizing why things happen but yeah, you do realize like, dang, nobody ever really knew me because I didn't even know myself. So You realize that you didn't communicate. You know, you like it was just certain things that you were incapable of just due to being ignorant by default, you know? Of course not, Scotty boy. I'm not gonna hold that against you. That's real. That's real. We are here to learn solo. Cause yeah, that is definitely it. Yeah, no one can save you if you feel like you need to be saved. Like no, like none of that. People, our interactions with people are for certain moments and time frames in our life, but it at the end of the day it's still your journey, and you're all by yourself. Even if you're surrounded by people all the time, you are all by yourself in this experience. And yeah, it is good to connect with people that are open to understanding you, because when you have that openness and you accept that everyone is unique, then it allows for a different type of um, orchestration of the energy to happen between you and others, to have relationships that you just can't experience when you're not self-aware and when you're not in the mindset of knowing other people and how they're wired. So, and that's something me and Samanique, like, we have experienced consistently as time has gone on over the last few years. And the relationship that I have with her is so different from previous relationships, because once I saw how she was wired, and then she started doing things on her own to become more self-aware and learn who she is, it's like you have to you have to work with people that are on that same page, that want the same thing for themselves. And when you have that, then it's easier to come together and to accommodate each other and to be more supportive of each other, be more honest and authentic with each other. And when you are able to have relationships like that, whether it's you're beginning the relationship like that, or you get to a place to where you all kind of hit like a reset button, and it's like, hey, okay, that previous part of our relationship, that was let's start here. Okay, my name is so and so. This is what I like. This is what is comfortable for me. Tell me about you. It's okay to do that with people that you already know. And if both people are receptive and want to get the best out of each other, it's like the best route to take, because you can't really move forward holding on to your idea or things that went wrong in the past with people. You have to recognize that every moment is a new moment, and we're changing with each new moment, and we have to update ourselves and also update the people in our lives, because it's easy for people to think that you're the same person that you were last month or 5 years ago, or some version of yourself from the past. And if you don't consciously let them know, like, hey, I'm past that, I no longer like those things, or if you don't update people, it's very hard to continue the relationship. So yeah, that's it's a good feeling to have people that are open to building with you on that level, that respect level, and that honor of, you are a unique individual level. Leslie says, thank you so much for this. What a beautiful synchronicity to happen upon this evening. Thank you for your time, energy, and powerful transmissions. Much love to you. Hope to catch up with you soon. Thank you, Leslie. And yeah, we gotta link back up. I know you're doing your 5-2 thing, but I'm coming for you. Just so you know, I'm coming for you. Okay? Yep, I'm coming. You're going to get a strong invite from me. You're getting it right now, but guess what? It's going to be reinforced off of this live. Okay? Samanique says we appreciate each other and acknowledge our uniqueness. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I second that. Well put, Leslie. Thank you for all you are, all you do, especially for us here now. Wow, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all for, it's going on 3 hours. It's going on 3 hours. Look at this. Just came on here thinking like, you know what? No, one by one, you all came through. Check out Bach Flower Essences. You will find it beneficial. Okay. Let me throw that on the list. Bach Flower Essences. I have a friend who sends me flower essences all the time, and I love them. Like I just love how we can change the vibration of and the frequency of water. Like that is so amazing to me how you can just speak high frequencies into water and change the whole structure of them. So the flower essences are really dope. Mm-hmm. Yes, Scotty boy. I'm glad to know that the chat is making you feel understood. So many people need that. Like it's so many people that are like feeling so alone and misunderstood and just feeling like no one can relate to them and yeah, it's a lot of people in the world that are like internally suffering to the point to where it's so many more, especially younger people that are like committing suicide. And a lot of people are just having suicidal thoughts and getting closer and closer to feeling like, you know what, what's the point? Like I'm not gonna find anybody that gets me. I'm not gonna, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's things like that make me have those moments of wishing that I had more momentum and more time and energy available to use my platform for these type of things. But again, I'm going through like just like you all are, and it comes fast. It comes fast. So I'll do what I can when I can, but it's just I know it's far and few in between. But I do appreciate these moments. So all right, 1 2 free. Peace. Yeah, yeah. The shift starts inside of you. So I feel like even in situations like this, I feel like this was orchestrated. For me, it just seemed like, I didn't plan this. I just literally just said, I'm gonna go live because people have asked me to go live, and over the past few months, people have asked, "Hey, have you left YouTube? Are you coming back?" And I'm just like, I don't. I'm just sitting on things to respond to, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll respond now, months later, and go live and see what happens. So the fact that everyone that showed up was available, you know, is and gravitated towards this frequency is dope. It's dope. It's a part of the program. Right. Right. You're not here by accident. Yes, Rogue, HD answered a lot of things from my childhood as well. A whole lot. it brought me a lot of peace, a lot of relief, a lot of clarity, um, just everything to help me kind of clear up areas that were locked into my memories as like bad things, you know, things that were negative. So yeah. And I really like to see that happen for other people when I share human design information with people, and and they instantly start getting these memory recalls and start telling me stories that correspond with me telling them a piece of information about their profile or about their or you know them having a open heart center or something like that. Like people have these amazing stories that color the black and white that I see, because I'm just looking at the blueprint, and the blueprint is just boring. It's like, okay, I just feel like I just have the data to explain what this means, but the actual experiences that people share with me, it just colors it all in, and it's fascinating. I mean, it's amazing. And yeah, just to see them lighten up and them get the clarity that they need, and to even hear later on what, you know, what has happened the following days and weeks and months, and just to see how once that ball gets rolling, that human design ball gets rolling in their life, it's like they're seeing it everywhere. And that's what happened to me. It's like once I learned about it, human design was everywhere, and it's a stalker. Human design is a whole stalker. Like once you see it, you'll I don't feel like anybody will leave this planet not seeing human design once they're introduced to it. So it's a great system to explain the matrix and the program. So yeah. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move along. I thank you all for joining this this live. It was lit, super lit. Um, I feel so satisfied. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. I can't. Cash, is that you? Yeah, Cash. I can't. I can't. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to continue this later. Yes, yes, Rose Scholar. Thank you for being. You have been such a great supporter of me. You always come through. Always. No matter how long I'm gone, when I pop back up, you are there. I appreciate you. You are my 1-3. You are my 1-3 brother. I appreciate you. So, and you take care. You take care getting kicked out of things or leaving right before you do. um, yeah, Scotty boy, you know, we're going to have to continue this because you have all the shenanigans tonight. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And yeah, this was a good live. I guess I'll keep this one up on the channel. Maybe other people will get something from it. And I will see you guys in the future. All right. Peace.